Hey, Matt, have you ever been a member of a club?
Oh, like the Lip Balm of the Month Club.
No. I mean back in high school, like the Drama Club or the Spanish Club, or what about the Trader Joe's Club?
We didn't have that at my school.
Yeah, not at mine either. But hey, we recently found out, believe it or not, that there are some high schools with fully sanctioned Trader Joe's clubs. Both of these high schools are in Southern California. One's kind of near the beach, and one's a little bit closer to us here at the office in Monrovia. And we're so excited to have them here.
Let's go inside Trader Joe's.
I'm Tara Miller, Director of Words and Phrases and Clauses.
And I'm Matt Sloan, the marketing product guy.
Okay, let's go around the room and do a quick roll call so we know who's here.
Got it.
Hi guys, I'm Keon.
Hi, I'm Maddie.
Catherine.
Hi, Talia.
Hi, I'm Anna.
Hi, Jess.
Hi, Betsy.
Hi, I'm Liv.
Hey, everybody, let's go for a little walkabout tour. So when you were coming here, you might have noticed, conspicuously absent, a giant billboard outside. This is not that important in the overall scheme of things in our business. This office is here to support customers and crew. It only exists because of the stores. It's low-key, low-profile, relatively innocuous on purpose.
You know, we have like 58,000 crew members in our stores around the country, and there's about 260 people who work in our 2 offices combined. All right. So there's a picture of every store around the country, and every time we open a new store, we add a picture to the wall.
This is, and there are some people working here, some folks over there. Our stores are open every day of the week, and they often have questions, and they need to have them answered and figured out, so the help desk crew is here pretty much 24/7. What I really want to get into is the kitchen, which we're going to go through here. We're in the kitchen. This is a little bigger than most, obviously, and slightly more industrial, but not really. Like, our ovens are constantly breaking because they're like home use ovens. And we have regular air fryers like you might have at home, and we have regular microwaves and toaster ovens by design so that we can test things as people actually use them at home. It gets crowded, it gets messy, it's loud in here. It's one of my favorite places on earth. So that's the kitchen. We can come out this door. If you have questions along the way, ask them.
Talia?
Something I love about Trader Joe's is like every time I go, there's like a new product, and I'm like, how do you guys do this so quickly? Like, how is there like a new like variety of like a chip or like a popcorn or something? Like, where do you guys think of these products they have? Where does that happen?
So it happens here. Sometimes we get ideas, like we'll get a call from a crew member in a store and says, hey, have you ever thought of XYZ? And our product development people will say, no, I haven't, but I'm going to investigate something like that. Sometimes we have outside vendors who will reach out to us and say, hey, I have this cool thing. Are you interested in tasting it? And sometimes it's our product development teams traveling around the world, going to restaurants, meeting with manufacturers of different types of foods, and developing things. You know, we have a tasting panel generally every week. If a product gets at least 70% of the votes, so it's a supermajority vote, then it's considered past the tasting panel, and it starts the part of the process that is to get it from panel into the stores. And that can be a long process.
And you're making a decision that's not just, hey, let's try this bag of chips. Let's engage this company to make lots of bags of chips. They might hire people, they might put equipment into place, they might have to do all these things. It's no small thing to introduce a product, and it's so fun.
So you say really fast. For us, sometimes it doesn't feel as fast as we would like it.
We introduce, on average, more than 365 new products a year. This past week was like a crazy week, but we did our holiday tasting. So we looked at, like, we had all these holiday products this last year, which didn't do well, which did well, what should we keep, what should we try for again? And the product development team, they presented about 70 things in a day.
Whose idea was it to have a Trader Joe's club?
So it kind of started over the pandemic.
We would get on a Zoom. We would say, hey, bring this snack. And we would all eat together, just like this one snack. It was kind of felt a little bit like a connection.
Eventually, when we went back on campus, we just made the club like a bigger thing because everyone just loves Trader Joe's. We all like individually bring snacks from Trader Joe's and like we have like a little like potluck. It's just super fun.
We have this thing at our school called Club Day, where like you have a table with your stuff and you talk about it. And so I think we had probably the most popular table at our school. We had like 10 pages filled up of names, people writing down they want to join, and we
Were
had...
you like plying people with treats? How did you?
Yeah. The dark chocolate peanut butter cups, and then like the rolled chili tortilla chips. They were all gone.
Ours was kind of similar as well. We grabbed people with the mini chocolate chip cookies and the chocolate bars. We had so many people, and yeah, like you guys said, we have like little potluck almost. Everyone brings in their snack, and then we also bring one to donate. We have a partnership now with the Elizabeth House in Pasadena, so we donate our snacks there as well.
That's pretty cool.
Are there like, I mean, like, is there a secret handshake involved? I mean, like, do you have to?
We do like little polls probably once a week. So it's like which is better, this item or this item.
We have like discussion posts, and people, like different members, like can post comments, and sometimes really funny, like when the rolled tortilla chips, lime tortilla chips were out of stock, there was like a whole conspiracy on the discussion page.
People were posting it on social media, like, are they actually gone? Where do they go? Can you find them? And like, if we could find them at our local store, we would post photos of it. So that was the whole thing, like we needed those chips.
Yeah.
And we finally found them, so.
And we, like, I mean, the royal we, as it were, kind of goofed that up because we had a store, New York store. I'm not going to go any further than that, but I think that maybe there was a sign that said like to be discontinued that somehow inched its way in front of those chili lime rolled tortilla chips, and a customer took a picture of it and posted it basically like, what on earth are you doing to me, Trader Joe's? And that went crazy.
I don't know if any of you participated in the voting of the Customer Choice Awards, but the rolled chili lime tortilla chips were voted the overall favorite product at Trader Joe's. I think all of that social media activity, it went on for months, right? I think that kind of led to it being a heightened, if we say they're our favorite, they won't go away kind of thing.
We didn't know that they would become the thing that they are now. And it's hard to keep up. It's literally a matter of putting product through this process and making enough of it. And it's, I mean, they're great, and they have this very fascinating thing that they do to your palate where the only answer is more. Yeah.
Party in your mouth.
You know, and how many members are your clubs?
Well, in our Google Classroom, there's like over 100.
They take pride that they're in the Trader Joe's club.
How about the other side of the room? What do you think?
Ours is
What's your
kind of similar.
experience?
I think we probably had like 200 people sign up. Our classroom is like packed. People are sitting on top of desks.
Like our next meeting is next Friday, and everyone's already talking about it. Like the University of Michigan decisions come out next Friday. So we're like, oh, it can be a little celebration, or if you
Or a
don't,
pity party.
Exactly,
I
or
mean,
like you
let's
can
go.
eat away your depression.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, if it makes you feel any better, if you don't get in, my sister goes to University of Michigan, she's a junior, and like she came home for Christmas, and that was like the first thing she said when she got in the car. She was like, okay, Trader Joe's, like let's go. Because it was like she doesn't have one near her.
Yeah, it's not walking distance to campus in
No,
Ann Arbor. We
no.
do have a store in Ann Arbor,
Yes,
but
you
you
do.
have, like, you'd need to Uber there or something, right?
I went once with her freshman year. It took 2 hours in the line. Like we got to Trader Joe's in Ann Arbor, and everybody's families, like freshman families, were there, like getting groceries for their kid. It took 2 hours before we like even got in the store.
All right, we need to make a note to check in with the Ann Arbor store and see how it's going.
A little second Ann Arbor store, maybe.
Yeah,
All right.
speaking of that, while we're applying to colleges, how close Trader Joe's was to the campus was definitely a factor into where we apply.
Obviously, Trader Joe's doesn't have any international ones, and that affects my sister a little bit, she's in London right now. She's going to graduate school there. After her winter break, we sent her with a suitcase full of Trader Joe's snacks, so then she could have her comfort snacks there in London. Yeah.
Lots of people ask us, and certainly people in Canada, saying just open stores here, and it turns out it's a different country, and it's tricky to operate in two countries at once. We're not ready for that. We see lots of opportunities still here.
She's going to have to come back to America to get Trader Joe's.
That's right.
You're the
That's
one
it.
that wanted to go away.
Exactly.
Deal with it, you know?
This is what you have to pay
Yeah,
for.
exactly.
We worked with one of our product developers. So those are literally the people whose job is to develop new products to bring into our stores, to find some things that are kind of in process.
Not that you're guinea pigs, but
The plan is to take them to the tasting panel, but they haven't quite made it that far yet. And we'd love to know what you think about them.
Yeah.
Did you
Go
get
for it.
scissors?
I did. I have
did.
scissors. I'm going to open up a couple things. So,
All right.
But what's on your mind? Things that you're curious about, or things that you want to make sure that we understand?
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
The pickle popcorn. How do you get it to taste so much like pickles?
Those are good though. Pickle
They
popcorn
are
is
good. They are good.
We have a thing with pickles, right?
Yeah,
Have you
pickles
noticed
are
that? So many
delicious.
pickle
Yes.
flavored things.
The trick with a flavor, like you say, like I want it to taste like pickle, you have to break down the things that make a pickle taste like a pickle. And acid, vinegar, salt, some amount of garlic, some amount of dill. You've got like a volume knob on each of those things. And you just want to keep dialing it back and forth and figuring that out.
It doesn't happen immediately. I mean, that pickle popcorn probably went through 5 or 6 or 7 iterations before it was ready to go to the tasting panel to get approved to show up in your store.
What else is on your minds? I'm curious, really. Yes.
What item did you see through like the testing process, right? And you knew it was good, right? But then once it hit the shelves, you were a little bit taken aback, like how big it got.
It's all about placing a bet, right? And when you place a bet, when you order product, you're always wrong. You have too much, you have too little. And so you want to figure out like some nice sweet spot. Those little hold the cone ice cream cones, they're super popular. Originally, those actually were from a producer in Germany, and they were good. No offense, German producer, they're not as good. They weren't as good as they are now. But that vendor couldn't keep up, and they were coming from around the world on boats, shipping here. It was really tricky to stay ahead, and so that caught us by surprise. Then we found a company that could produce them here, better product, different ingredients actually. The ice cream has egg in it here, which is a classic ice cream ingredient, but it makes them that much fuller mouthfeel, better flavor, texture. They've gone crazy.
I got one.
Yeah.
I was in the room here when we tasted mandarin orange chicken. Now, everybody loved it. Candied protein, what's not to love? But no one had any idea. That's the one that really surprised me, is just how crazy it went so quickly. All right, let's do some tasting.
So-
this is peanut brittle.
We're gonna get some great crunching, so just
Yep.
crunch away.
Crunch away.
I've never had peanut butter before.
Really?
This is my first time. It's
This
very
might be our
delicious.
challenge.
Right.
Because
good.
it's like, I mean, no offense, I mean, it takes one to know them, but it's kind of like an old folks
Totally.
situation here. So
We grew up with peanut brittle, but you all didn't grow up with peanut brittle.
I don't know. I thought it was good. It was a nice balance between the different tastes and the everything. Yeah.
At first, I was like, this is okay. I didn't love it, but then the aftertaste of like peanut butter hit, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing.
I'm just
Okay.
wondering, like, I think brittle just sounds like it's like too many dental challenges.
Matt, you want to explain what it is I'm passing out right now?
We have, versions of Australian licorice. Actually, licorice is a big deal in Australia. And these are filled with what they call like a sherbet fizz. So there's like, I think there's a green apple and maybe a raspberry
You're welcome.
flavor. This is a type of product that actually sells in Australia. It's quite popular. These colors are from plant-derived sources.
Okay, hot take. The green ones are better than the red ones.
No, so I very much disagree with her original opinion.
Okay, Betsy.
The raspberry is so good. Both were good, but the raspberry was really, really good.
I think I would be careful not to market it as a licorice because you already have the like strawberry licorice bites, and I was just thinking of that when I was eating it. So I'd maybe go just the green or like in the more sour direction because they did taste kind of similar.
No grape.
Yes.
No grape.
So, let's try these. These are banana mousse cakes.
Yeah.
I love how it's shaped like a banana.
It's shaped like a banana, and it is a banana mousse cake on the inside. How do you feel about this?
I would definitely be down with this.
This is probably one of my favorite things that we've tried so far. It's very light, very airy. All the textures just go very well together.
Yeah, I feel like this would be more of like a dessert, sort of like after dinner, like your guys' vanilla bean sheet cake. That's what like this reminds me of.
I would be interested to see if you can make a gluten-free version, but I think that this is really good. This is an unpopular opinion, but it felt a little bit like a candle. Like the yellow was almost waxy. I like the inside a lot. Like the cream was like a good texture and there was a good taste, but then I couldn't like separate myself from like the outside of it.
That fondant
Yeah.
type coating is tricky, so that's a good note.
We'll keep going? Okay, so these are working title Trader Joe's Brookie clusters. Have you had the Brookies?
Yes.
Oh, I see some like
Oh yeah.
recognition of Brookie, okay?
We're familiar with Brooklyn.
So you're going to have some expectations. How does this meet those expectations or not? How does it
You're
differ?
very well.
This is really good.
I think this would be a snack featured at the Trader Joe's Club, for sure.
I would eat like a whole bag of these in one sitting, but I think Brookie is misleading. Like this is not a Brookie cluster because you're getting caramel, you're getting a crunch, but there's no like brownie.
Yeah, I agree with Maddie. I feel like Brookie is like misleading a little bit. I really like that.
Yeah, I'll be picking some of these up.
It almost reminds me of like those little turtle things, like the ones with like the caramel on top. I don't even know how to describe those things. I think.
No, I'm so glad you said that because I've been biting my tongue. That's what you've been hearing.
Yeah.
Because these are turtles.
Yes, they are
Like what the
turtles,
heck?
yeah.
And I think
I
I
mean-
probably told someone like turtles are over. Get
Yeah.
over it. And they
But this
probably
reminds
said,
me of
oh,
a
Brookie
turtle.
cluster. Yeah.
I personally probably would not get it just because it reminds me of like when I was like 6, like a recital, because like we would always bring those like Trader Joe's like long like chocolate chip cookie ones.
The Dunkers?
Yeah, the Dunkers.
Yeah, okay.
And we'd bring stuff like that. And I hated those recitals.
Maybe this could help you work through those recital
Possibly,
feelings.
yeah. You know what?
Maybe this is the kind of therapy.
This is the kind of therapy I need. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm gonna go into the kitchen and I'm gonna pop a few things in the air fryer. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Matt, I have a question.
Yeah, perfect.
Over summer, there was this horchata ice cream. It was so good, and I found it because my sister had a surgery, and so I went to Trader Joe's to make her feel better. She felt better because of it. So, just saying. But I was
So-
wondering.
You can't find it because it's not available. No. And so, but it's not gone forever. If you just have everything always, it's not special. Horchata is usually non-dairy. And this was flavored like horchata, but it was regular dairy ice cream. We thought that we would have that in stores for about 6 weeks. We had it in stores for not quite 3. We sold a little more quickly than we had anticipated. That's a good question. What else?
Okay, this was a snack a while ago. It was the cinnamon and sugar pita chips.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They were discontinued.
Yes, and I'm very disappointed about that because they were delicious. I mean, when you hear the name cinnamon sugar pita chips, you're like, Olivia, come on, like grow up here. Like you don't need to put cinnamon sugar on pita chips. They are the most delicious things I've ever put in my mouth in the entire world.
Yeah.
It's just like
You sell dessert hummus. Like, you know, why did you discontinue
Yeah.
this?
And I'm disappointed. I miss it, and it was part of my childhood, and now I can't find it anymore.
It's what happens when you put something in the wrong place. So we manage the business by categories, right? So you have a snack category, and the snack category is predominantly savory. It's salty snacks. That was one of the few sweet snacks. And sweet snacks within snacks, they don't sell as well as a tortilla chip or certainly the chili lime rolled tortilla chips. So they're always going to be at the bottom of the category and ranked in business. And so they're the first up to be chopped. Whereas if it was in like cookies or something, it's not really a cookie, but it might sell better than some cookies. And so that's a shortcoming on our part. And yet there weren't so many customers looking for that over time.
But I do want to give props to like my all-time favorite item at Trader Joe's, and like you guys do really good vegan options, is the vegan chocolate chip cookies that come in like the little white kind of like
Like a little bakery bag
like a
kind
little
of thing.
bakery
Yeah.
bag. Those are the greatest chocolate chip cookies I've ever had in my entire life.
They are good. We see and hear a lot from customers looking for, across a range of types of products, more plant-based options. And things keep getting better and better and better.
Like I've never met a Trader Joe's employee like anywhere that like doesn't genuinely want to like work for Trader Joe's, right? If you go other places, it's like they work there because they work and they need a job, right?
And so many of my friends want to work there, and they have applied, and because like so many people like are applying, they can't get a job.
It is a job. for sure, and it's often a very challenging job. It's a very physical job. It's a busy job. Admittedly, I have a big bias, but I think it's fun to work in the stores. The days go by very quickly because you're so busy. I tried to get hired for a long time before I got hired, actually.
Yeah, I've been rejected 3 times.
Wow, no.
But I think it's because of my schedule. Like, I don't have time, really, besides the weekends. So it was kind of all over the place, but...
Obviously, we have to staff the store when we need to staff the store. But, you know, stores have a program, we sort of call it like My First Job, that is for students in particular. And, you know, being cognizant of students being busy. So you might work a day or 2 a week on the weekend, say. You know, it depends upon the store having, you know, room for that. But I would ask about that. You can go back and say, hey, this guy Matt said I should talk to you about this My First Job thing. Try it. I mean, it may not work at all for you, but it might. I don't know.
Maybe I'll try a 4th time. So we'll see again.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Let's do a montage of you wrapped up the day, hard day hitting the books in class. You come home from school. What's your go-to snack? Talia, let's start.
After school, I usually just pull out a bag of the veggie dumplings out of the freezer. They're always so good and they fill me up.
I really like the white cheddar cheese puffs.
The world's puffiest puffs.
Yes, they're so I can eat a whole bag in one sitting if I'm not careful. I also like the truffle chips in that red package.
After soccer, I will make, I don't know how to say it. This is giving me anxiety. I watched a YouTube video, a gyro or I don't know how people say it, but.
Some people say gyro, but it's really gyro. You said it right.
Okay, that's what I thought. And then, so I'll use the lamb meat, I think that's what it is, the flat pieces, I'll cook that. And then the Middle Eastern flatbread, I'll heat that up with butter. And then the tzatziki, and then I'll chop up onions and tomatoes, and I just make that, and that's my go-to meal.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, it's really good.
I love mac and cheese, but I'm very specific on which one I like. And it's the red one. I always call it the red mac and cheese.
Because there's the red and then there's the light blue one.
Yeah. The light blue one, I don't know about that, guys, but the red one is great.
I definitely agree. The red mac and cheese is one of my go-tos. And another thing I love is making pasta with the bruschetta and the mozzarella balls you guys have. It's one of my favorite things, so yeah.
After every soccer game, I always want kettle corn. I don't know why.
I don't know what they're called, but it's the lentil and cheese curls.
Oh, the crunchy curls.
Yeah, the crunchy curls. So good.
I probably would have to say the Sublime ice cream sandwiches. Those are delicious. I mean, maybe not the best for you, but hey, I'm here for a good time, not a long time, okay? So, you know.
Wow. We're just going to let that one stand, okay?
Yeah. And the milk chocolate covered pretzels, amazing. The veggie straw is also delicious. Crunchy curls, amazing.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm just gonna go on for hours here, guys.
Crunchy curls are dangerous though.
Yeah, they are
you could
dangerous.
down a whole bag.
I took it to...
It's weird because you feel somehow okay. I was like, hey, lentils are involved.
It's good.
I didn't know that there were lentils until I looked at it, and then I stopped eating it for a week because I was like, ew, lentils.
Lentils are good. Yeah, crunchy curls are great. I brought them to the beach. We had a beach day, and I was about to go get myself some, and the bag was gone. Everyone had eaten my crunchy curls. I brought them to share.
You know, with friends like that.
You know what else is so good? The jalapeno artichoke dip.
Wow. It's so good.
That's life-changing.
Should we try some other stuff? Yes. Okay, these are both shrimp. This is a shrimp pop.
Is it a stick?
It's actually a piece of sugar cane.
Okay, so do you eat it?
You can chew it. I mean, it was a little challenging, I think, to eat the whole thing, but you can chew it, which is normal. This is an appetizer type of dish that is from Vietnam.
Shrimp. This is good.
This is like a shrimp dumplingy spring roll in a triangle form.
I like the little triangle one. It kind of seems like, you know, a level up from, a way big level up. I'm adulting in a way, you know? This is me growing up.
Which one are we talking about?
The triangle.
Oh,
the one that we split.
Triangle slapped. That was really good.
She said that slaps.
Gas,
Nowadays.
bomb,
Nowadays.
slap, very similar.
Kids nowadays,
They're all
synonyms.
synonyms.
Slap, bussin'.
Bussin.
Yeah. What else?
Bussin'?
What else
Yeah,
is it?
Bussin. It's so good. It's not just good. It's bussin.
You can't.
Like it drives the bus? What are we talking about?
It's like
It's oh my god, this is bussin'. It's crazy.
yeah.
It
It's
goes
good
crazy.
though.
This
It goes
crazy.
crazy. Yeah.
And you can
it's
only
a good
use it to
thing.
describe food usually, just
Only
food.
food?
Yeah.
Most of the time,
Yeah.
you're You're eating dinner and you're like, oh, this is bussin'.
Like the Trader Joe's gyoza, bussin'.
Yeah. It's kind of like a synonym for like delicious, but it's like on another level of delicious, if that makes sense.
It's starting to.
It's like, it's a special word. Yeah.
Is it missing a consonant?
Yeah. Gen Z has kind of taken out the G on everything, first of all, so just bussin'.
You didn't invent that, but I'll let this slide.
No, I know, but we've really taken it to another level. Like,
So, I mean, correct me if I'm mistaken here, but didn't you say adulting with a G?
It's not everything.
but a
Thank
lot
goodness.
of the time, it's like you just take away the ing and just in.
It's just like, who really wants to type that G on the keyboard or, you know, like any of that stuff?
This is like the
Write
whole
it
conversation about 2 spaces after a period.
No, my mom does that when she was editing some
You
of my
don't
college.
say.
It was so
2
annoying.
spaces after a period?
Yes,
Who had fun today?
I did.
100%. Best day ever.
It was sort of convincing.
Yeah, and I actually liked it. That sort of felt like a Gen Z level of enthusiasm. I'm gonna take that and roll with it. And thanks for starting a Trader Joe's club at your schools. I mean, that's so inspiring, and I feel in a great way a whole lot of pressure to live up to the expectations of the club.
Hey, would someone like to read this, please?
Oh, yep. We'll be back soon with another episode of Inside Trader Joe's, so be sure to hit that free subscribe or follow button.
It is free and worth every penny.
Like, is it on Spotify? Yeah.
As we say, wherever you get your podcasts. Until next time, thanks for listening.
And thanks for listening. Okay.